Hi everyone, my name's Justin and this is the Root to Harvest YouTube channel. In today's episode, I take you through the steps that I use to plant lettuces, carrots, and beets. I show you the fertilizers that I use, I show you the watering technique that I use, and I show you the planting methods as well. All you have to do is follow along, do the same things that I'm doing, and you're guaranteed a fantastic fall harvest. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna start by fertilizing our soil a little bit. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use just this chicken manure. So you can use any chicken manure. If you have chickens and you're gonna use their manure, just make sure you harvest it and just leave it out for a little while. So leave it out just because it's gonna be really high in urea, which is an acid. So the urine part of it is really strong. This product is organic, it's great. It smells really funky, and so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a little bit here, just like that is plenty. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mix it in. So I don't want to really disturb my soil depth too much. I just want to kind of give it a little mixing. You know, pick anything out that you find in your soil that's kind of strange. If you know you have an old label here or there, or any weeds or anything like that. And just try to get your soil as level as possible. And so this bed is relatively well shaded, which is great for us right now because it's very hot out. It's the middle-ish of August. And so we don't want it to be too hot when we start our lettuce seeds because they won't germinate. And so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just take this stick here, and you can use anything. You can use your garden trowel, like kind of pull it like this if you want to. I've found personally that using something round like this works best. And we're gonna make our rows. And so to make our rows, I'm just gonna take my stick, roll it here, just kind of get it nice and deep here. And then I'm gonna space it about maybe a full palm's width. So here's my palm. So I'll just make a mark with my thumb there and then just do my next row. And so again, just kind of rolling your stick around in here. And you don't have to go too crazy. It's not an exact science. You know, just do your best with the measuring of the distances and trying to keep your rows straight and whatnot. And so what we're gonna do is when we do our seeds, we're gonna plant quite a bit of seeds, which I personally like. I think that's a better way in a small garden to do your lettuces, just because it'll be much easier to harvest. And so when we harvest them, we're just gonna harvest them with kitchen shears and we'll just cut leaves instead of taking the whole lettuce plant. So this is leaf lettuce. So we're not gonna grow head lettuce here. It takes up too much space. So next, I have this Italian mix. So this is just an Italian lettuce seed mix. You can use whatever seeds you wanna use. Again, you don't have to be super particular, just whatever you like growing, and eating. Whatever you're gonna eat is what you should grow. So just because I'm doing something doesn't mean that you have to, grow the same thing or anything like that. And so this mix, you'll see when we start to put the seeds out. And so I'm just gonna do a little bit here. Just try to keep them in a nice row. And if you get too many, that's okay. You'll notice that the seeds are kind of different. So some of them are black, some of them are white, some of them are striped. And all that is just different varieties of lettuce all mixed together. So just different seeds all mixed together. And so if you're gonna grow carrots, you can do this as well for carrots. So if you're going to start carrots now's a great time to start some carrots. You can do all different types of varieties. I personally like the little finger carrots, so they're a small carrot. And you're going to want them to be out in the cold. So you're going to want them to get a little light frost, and they'll just taste so delicious with a nice light frost. Now if you're in a really sunny area, you can get, did a little bit of extra seeds there. You can, if you want, purchase some shade cloth. And you can cover your lettuce with some shade cloth just as a way to try and keep the sun off them. So especially when it's really hot out. Like today it's about 90 degrees, so it's very, very hot today. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just cover over my seeds. So I'm just gonna take that soil that I moved and just push it over gently and just pat it down very gently, just a gentle pat. You don't have to go crazy, okay? You don't have to like smash your seeds into the ground or anything like that. Okay, so I'm just gonna gently pat them down like so. Okay. And I found this mix does pretty well. So I actually really like this mix. I think it does a great job of giving you lots of different lettuces all in one shot. And we're gonna wait probably about 3 weeks before we start harvesting. On the seed packet, it probably says a little bit more time, but we can harvest some of the young leaves. And I'm gonna show you once we start growing our lettuce, how we're gonna harvest it. And now the last step is I'm gonna take my watering can here and I'm just gonna water my seeds. Okay, so just a nice even watering. And this is gonna be the most important part for you to do for the next week or so, is just come out every morning and just give them a little blast of water. Okay, you'll see the water will soak in nicely. Okay, let it seep in. Give it another little shot of water here. Okay, and I'm just kind of looking for spots where the water really drained very quickly, because that tells me that the soil's a little bit drier there. Okay. And if you're really worried and you're thinking, oh my God, how do I know if I watered enough or whatever, just dig your finger down. Yep, nice and moist all the way down. So it's perfect. And that's it. The last thing we can do is, if you want, you can use markers. I'm not gonna mark these just because it's all the same. But if you're gonna do a strip of romaine, a strip of leaf lettuce, a strip of maybe escarole or whatever other type of green you're gonna do, you can just add a little marker. So here's an old plant marker. You can just use a little marker to mark your rows. In this instance, I'm not gonna do that. Other things you can do like this, you can do radishes this way. You could do beets this way, but I found that beets work best as groups of 4, which we talked about in the beginning. So that's it for today. In today's episode, we took you through the techniques that we use for carrots, lettuce, and beets. Very simple techniques. We showed you how to lay out the rows, we showed you how to apply chicken manure, and we showed you how to water. If you like what you see, be sure to click the like and subscribe buttons down below, and the bell. The bell will notify you when we put out new episodes. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to drop them down below and we'll respond to you. Thanks everyone for watching.